guys, I'm Dupree, and today we are going over some awkward shots in pool that you must know. And I haven't done this series often in a while, so we're gonna kick it back up again. Now this first shot, I have to give credit where credit is due. This was shown by Tor Lowry, that's where I learned it. Tor Lowry's channel, go and check his channel out. I'm gonna show it on both ends of the table, but this one right here is a reverse cut shot. So you see, if I hit with regular, no English at all, like this is impossible to cut in. It's a reverse angle. But the way we change it from a reverse angle is we're going to have to elevate and hit it with low right. Now if you aim to where you need to cut it, if you hit with that right English in elevation, you're going to miss the whole ball. That's because of deflection. Now when you hit on the side of the cue ball, if we hit on the right side, you see how instead of going straight, our cue ball goes to the left? It still does that when you contact the cue ball legally and not in a miscue. It's just a little bit less. Now the elevation will help it curve back online, but we still need to aim to hit about half of the 7 ball on its left side. So if we aim for that, if we aim like a fourth of it, you see we can get there just like that. So it's just pretty simple shot once you learn it. The hardest part is just avoiding that scratch. But just elevate like I showed you there, hit with some low right, and then it should be pretty automatic to make that ball. You won't have to bank it. It's actually impossible to bank. If it's frozen on the rail, you can do this. Make sure the ball's close to frozen on the rail. Because if it is and you try to bank this, it's tough to get it that thick without the cue ball double kissing. So you see we had to compensate and hit a little bit thinner there because it really just won't go since they're straight on like this. The bank won't work, so the cut shot is the one that you'll have to know, or you can kick up and down the table, which is really unnecessary in this case. It's easy to contact, but you're going to sell out and leave a shot. So elevate, hit with low right. If it's a right cut, you're hitting with low right. It's low inside. So let me show you where we're hitting on the IQ. Take the IQ training ball. Low right spin with a little bit of elevation. Hit about 1/4 of the 7 ball on its left side, and you should be good. Now this one here is more of a path that you need to know. And this, give credit to Dennis Hatch for giving me the idea for this shot. He made this contact in the Moscone Cup. Let's say we have to contact that 7 ball right there. And the 8 ball blocks our path. We're going this direction. Really, another direction we could go, we could try to make a Z and try to get it to curve into there. Or we could go 1, 2, 1, 2 and come back. But that pocket, that's option's kind of blocked by this side right here. So the way I'm going to show you, I'll say the 7 ball's on the second diamond. Give us a reference point. Now this is just a path that I want to show you. So instead of trying to instead of trying to do like backwards masse around it, like that or something, we can have like a more level cue point that's a bit more accurate. Now this one is a bit tough to judge because of this side pocket right here. We're gonna come off of 2 rails down, and you see come off of this rail, try to contact that 7 ball. Now this one, I'm just going to show you the path. If you add a bunch of right spin, you see we're coming too close here. If you add no spin at all, we're all aiming for the same aiming point here. No spin at all, you still come a little bit too close. So it's kind of an adjustment thing. You see like that? So the important thing for you to learn about this shot is it curves after this rail. No matter what. If you add top spin, it'll be definitely amplified. But the ball goes 1, 2 on a normal path. It comes off this rail with a little bit of curve, but it hits this rail and it will kind of hook forward. So that's an important thing for you to take into account, because that means you have to hit, your cue ball has to contact a little further out than you might think. So definitely remember that your cue ball is going to curve off of that 3rd rail. You should, if you're in this situation, the correct contact point would be around here, because it'll go into this rail at this angle, come out at the same angle because we're not using any spin, and then come out at pretty much the same angle off of that rail. And that leads us to about here. And then it's going to curve forward afterwards, leading us to that second diamond. So that's a good little hook together, half diamond, third, and then second. Because of the curve forward, it hits the second. So let's move on to the next shot. So this shot I'm about to show you is a reverse bank shot. So let's say we're playing 8-ball. And we got into this position right here. We're not going to play safe off of this. Let's say our opponent has another ball, like right here. So we're not going to play safe off of this because it's hard to play safe in 8-ball when you're just on the 8-ball. Unless your opponent only has 1 ball, then we could try to like lock up the 8 close to that ball. But since he has this safety ball right here, there's really nothing we can do but kind of go for broke here. So we're going to play a reverse bank shot. I know you guys in the comment section are going to tell me a way to play safe on this shot. I know there's ways to play safe on this shot, so don't comment that. I'm going to show you the way to make the 8-ball. So we're going to cut the 8 into the rail at about this angle. I'm going to use no spin on my cue ball, except for a little bit of draw, and watch what happens. You see how the 8-ball reverses off of the rail. That's why it's called a reverse bank shot. When you hit it with speed, it does that. The harder you hit it, the less and the more it curves. It's hard to describe, but if you hit this real soft, you're not going to have enough, it's not going to have enough spin to get back. You could hit it softer and transfer some spin onto the 8-ball. So if we want our 8-ball to come back to the right, we need to use left spin on our cue ball. And you see how it's kind of amplified with a lower speed. So we can hit with a lower speed if we use some left spin. If we hit really fast with no spin, you see it kind of shortens up too much. So you have to find, the faster you hit a bank shot, it shortens up. It's the same with this reverse. It'll shorten up too much off of that second rail. So you can make it with no spin, except for draw to avoid the scratching to the corner. You can make it with no spin if you hit at the right speed. If you hit with some left spin and some draw, and you can hit at virtually any speed and make it. The problem with learning this shot is finding the right angle off of that rail. If we hit too close, we could, you see how we made it in this half of the pocket? We could even miss it right there. Or we could reverse off of this rail too much and come and make this 6-ball. Which is possible. But this shot can be used in an 8-ball situation like this, or it could be used in bank pool. As we've seen Jason Shaw use it, that's a pretty famous bank pool shot. Jason Shaw used the 3-rail reverse. So just keep in mind this reverse happens. So this shot right here is a specific style of shot. It's going to be a quick little instruction right here. Shooting over a ball. So right here we're shooting over the 6-ball. And a lot of people, they elevate way more than they think, and it causes them to miss the ball. Now the reason they missed that ball is because they had a little bit of unwanted left spin on the ball. So if you actually put left, you see how it curves to the left, because since you're elevated, it puts a little bit of a masse curve stroke on it. So on shots like these, you want to take a little bit more time. And to make sure you don't have any unwanted spin, what I like to do is I like to get down, line up my shot, and then elevate. Because a lot of people elevate way more than they need to on shots like this. Now you're going to have to spend a little bit of extra time on a difficult shot like this. And you also don't want to hit it directly on. You see how I kind of cheated the pocket and cut it a little bit? That's because if it's straight on, we're going to have top spin on this shot. I'm sorry, we're just going to have to. Hitting like this is a bit too difficult to judge because you have to stroke upwards to avoid the double hit, and that's not something that I want to do. We're going to have top spin on it. So we don't want to hit it too hard. We're just going to we want to roll the ball in so our cue ball doesn't follow the 5-ball in to the hole. So act like you're shooting the shot first and then elevate. You'll find that you don't have to elevate quite as much as you need to, as you think you need to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click the like button. If you want to be notified when I post a new video, you can click the subscribe button, then the bell icon right next to it. that'll just send you an email and a notification saying that I've uploaded a new video. Thank you guys so much for 51,000 subscribers. If you want to check out some of my merchandise, you can go to DupreeTrickshots.com/shop. That's the name of my channel, .com/shop. I have some rail stickers. I have t-shirts coming in very, very soon, so stay tuned for those. And I have a bunch of other stuff, even a short little ebook on trick shots for $5. Show you some diagrams, some trick shots. I think it's great. Other people think it's great. So go and check my website out. The link is in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.